Hey, what's up everyone? This is James Merritt with Perry Homes, and today I'm going to be showcasing to you the 4036 plan, which is built on a 72 home site over here in Rockwall. Now, the difference between this one versus our standard version is that our standard is a 4-bed, 4-bath, 2 half-bath, whereas this one is a 5-bed, 4-bath, and 2 half-bath. So let's go ahead and take a look. This is the E1 elevation, so it is our standard. As you can see, it's got that modern look to it, the Denali brick. And something that we did different with this one is that we actually coated the cedar garage doors rather than actually painting them the same color as the trim. And we also did the Denali brick with the black windows, so it's really nice how this one all turned out. So let's just go ahead and take a look as we enter. You'll notice that we actually, instead of doing the single door, we did a double door for the entry. And walking through, you still have that wide entry, large space in here. Just take a look at this, guys. It's really nice. So over here, you'll have your half bath. Nice wood floors that we did in this one as well. And showcasing over here, we have the family room. Now, one thing I like about this plan too is that as you go to the back of the home, you have your home office in the back, where normally you'll notice that you have your home office, your study that's in the front of the house, whereas this one, we felt like it was a really nice feature to put it in the back of the home too. You'll notice that we're actually going to take the tile and we're going to be extending that tile all the way up to the ceiling with a black tile with the electric fireplace. Now, for example, if you do have an electric fireplace, you can always change that out to a gas fireplace. If you wanted to build this and you say, hey, I want to just do some gas fireplace in the future, you still have that stuff out. So nothing to worry about over there. And as you can see, you have some really nice tall vaulted ceilings. Something that we also did was we did the sliding door over here as well. And as you come through, you'll notice you'll have a large kitchen island with plenty of storage space in the back, double oven. We upgraded the range cooktop. So you'll see a lot of nice airy features in here. So you have the black, the two-tone with the black and the brown with the gold fixtures, the glass inserts that's above the gas cooktop range. It turned out really nice. And we also did the countertops. We actually extended that to the backsplash too. Over here, you have your refrigerator. And also in here too, you have a nice sized pantry as well. Here you have your butler's pantry. I also want to show you, so this is a 3-car standard garage too. So what we did the epoxy floor. The buyer wanted that, so we put that down, so it turned out really nice. Another structural feature that we did as well is that you have your garage, your optional garage door. So this feature is a structural change, so it leads to the side of the house. That way you don't have to go through the garage. You can actually just step through right over here. And also it does include this step. So it's something that I'm always getting a question about is, hey, is it just a garage door or is it something else too? You notice that we have the tankless water heaters. And also one thing that we did as well is that we added a stub out. So another cool feature that they plan to do later on is that they're gonna actually add a dog bath. So we just went ahead and did the stub out, and they're gonna go ahead and do something like that a little bit later after close if they get settled in. So let's go ahead and take a look back into the house. You have your dining room up here in the front. And then over here you have bedroom number 2. So this will be the entrance over here to the single car garage. Show you that real nice. Also did the epoxy floors in here. It turned out really, really well. And there's a lot of natural light too in our homes. One thing that I always point out is that the same quality on a build, inventory, or even our model, you're always gonna notice that we take really good care and pride in a lot of our work too. So bedroom 2 downstairs, you'll notice that it's still a nice sized room. Most of the times you'll notice like, hey, These rooms are a little bit too small, but as you can see, this is a really nice open size additional bedroom with its own ensuite as well. So we actually have their countertops in here. We actually did an upgraded with the walk-in shower rather than the shower tub combo. So let's go ahead and take a look over here at the primary, something that I'm really, really excited for you guys to see. But I also want to note too, what you are getting ready to see is not our standard feature. This is actually a custom shower that we did for the buyer. Over here you got your morning area, still nice space. So again, before we go over to the primary, this is your morning area, and on the other side of the house, you have your home office. So here we go. We have the primary bedroom. As you can see, really nice size in here. You have the vaulted ceilings. And you can fit a real nice size king or California king in here too. So let's check out this primary shower. So as you can see, we have separate vanities. We've upgraded. We have the black cabinets with the white countertops. We did the framed mirrors, nice black and gold fixtures as well. Over here, you're gonna have your toilet area. But this right here, guys, this is absolutely breathtaking. Now, the freestanding tub, that is a structural upgrade, but this right here, this is definitely one of the key selling points that I'm a huge, huge fan of. Oh, let me turn this back around. Huge fan of right here. So as you can see, frameless shower all the way around. Now I want to walk you through this also as well. What you'll notice, you have your entry on this side. Now, if this was the standard shower, it would be a little bit more closed in. So you would actually have a wall right here. Your entrance to the shower would be right here. And your light switch, it would actually be right there. So you will be walking into the shower this way. So again, this is a custom shower. I'm a huge fan of it, and I'm actually speaking with corporate because I would like to offer this as something that's included. It turned out really nice, and that's something that Perry also does. We like to consider and take feedback, and you know, who knows? Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't, but at least we know that we tried, but at least you know it is something that we can do if this is something that you like. So we're gonna walk over here. You'll notice there's tons of natural light in the primary. So even in the morning times, you have lots of natural light going throughout. And over here too, we have your primary closet. One thing to note, Perry always has two closets. You'll notice on a lot of our plans, we'll have two closets, his and hers, whereas on this particular plan, there's only one closet. And so what the buyer is planning to do is that they're gonna do some custom cabinets. They're gonna take all of this out later on down the road, and they're gonna do some built-in cabinets because they have a lot of clothes and a lot of shoes. So they're gonna make this, put a personal touch on it. But also, you're walking through and you're not too far from your utility room also. So you have your washer and dryer, you have a cabinet up front. Now, also wanna note this too. You'll notice that we have a linen closet in here. This was a custom feature. We can do this. However, this is not a standard feature. So I want to just point out this again, that this is not a standard feature. You would get a little bit more space if that's something that you wanted to do later on down the road, or if you wanted to do like a sink rough out, this is the area that it would go. All right. So let's take a look at this backyard, guys. Going through the sliding door, you'll notice that covered patio. We did the electrical wiring, so they're gonna hang a TV out here. They have their plugs down there, and still tons of open space. Covered patio all throughout. All of our plans, you'll notice that there's always going to be a covered patio. We never do anything where there's just an extension of the patio and you have to have that uncovered and do something like that later. But check out this backyard, guys. You still have about 30 to 35 feet from the back of the home to where this fence line is. Now on the other side of this fence, there is zoned agriculture. So you have this retaining wall and you also have the cedar board on board fencing. So question that I'm always asked is, will you build something behind here? I'm not always gonna be transparent with you, and I'm gonna tell you, we do not own that. However, who knows? Who knows what can happen? There's about 55 acres behind this fence line. Now, I do know this, to be in full transparent, we don't own it. We've tried to own it. Otherwise, Terraces would have been a little bit larger, but unfortunately, they said stop asking. So we stopped asking, and here's where we are. So, sliding door, if you don't do the sliding door, this would be a wall of windows, but you would still have that door right over here too. So you can imagine you would just have a sliding door, or you would have that wall of windows. The sliding door is obviously it's a structural upgrade, but something to note too. That way you can get a good idea of what it looks like. One thing I also want to point out too is that we have 2 floor plugs. We have 2 floor plugs in here, and we also have a floor plug in the study. I think that this is a good feature to have because, let's just say, depending on how you want to set up all of your furniture, if you want lamps on each side, you have the ability to do that. You have 2 outlets per, and then you also have one in your study too. So always want to make sure, keeping in mind the things in the future that you may not think of right now. And also that's a really nice feature for resale value also, of course. So let's go ahead and take a look upstairs. You'll notice that you still have the open railing going all the way around. Still have some nice wall of windows as you're going down the staircase. And you have this overlook right over here. So this overlook is a standard feature. It is part of the plan, so nothing that you have to add. Over here too. Real nice, guys. Okay. More things to note as we're upstairs. So here we are, we have the game room. Nice large size game room. We have the electrical outlets. They're gonna plan on doing like a pool table, have a TV up on the wall. Still have these windows up here in the front. And over here, you have that additional half bath. That way, you know, whenever you have friends and family over, they don't have to rush all the way downstairs, or they don't have to go into somebody else's room. They have access to a bathroom. I mean, because hey, they're only here for a little time, not a long time, right? But over here, guys, here is where we have the media room. Now, one thing to note also, this is a structural upgrade. So this would actually be a wall. Otherwise, if you don't add the media room, this would be a wall. So by adding this, you still get a really nice sized media room. You can set it up however you want. Now, if you're building this from the ground up and you want to go over to Home Pro and say, hey, this is how I have it envisioned, you can put your electrical wiring on any one of these walls. So you can put it over here. Obviously, this is where we have it. You can put it over here, or you can put it on this wall. It's really just dependent on what you have envisioned for your home. But also keeping in mind too, whenever you're doing these things, a lot of people say, hey, this is my last house. I understand that. However, you know, at some point, somebody may come and purchase it from you because, you know, we're here for a little time and God's gonna call us home at some point, right? So, okay, so here we have bedroom number 3. Still notice, still nice size, natural light. You don't really, me personally, I'm not really a big fan of blinds. I like the natural light, but I mean, if you want blinds, you can definitely add that feature too. Over here, you have your walk-in closet. And for this bathroom, it is a Jack and Jill, right? So you have your door, you have that privacy, you have your sink number 1, you have your shower, your toilet, you do have a door. So, you know, if you have a pretty big family and they want to say, hey, you know, I want to feel like I have that privacy, you still have those doors to block off. That way nobody's coming in and out. Over here, now we're in bedroom number 3 right now. You'll see it's a still nice size walk-in closet over here. But another feature too that you may not see, well here now you can, we have wood floors upstairs too. Now this buyer for right now, they are planning to use this as a second closet. So like I said, To each his own. They have a nice, really big wardrobe of clothes. And so they wanted to have this room as their second closet upstairs. Here we are at another structural upgrade, okay? So if you do not add the 5th bedroom, there would be a wall that blocks off right here. When we add the 5th bedroom, you do get this extension, and it also includes an additional bedroom and bathroom also. So as you can see, every single room in here, you have a really nice size bedroom. Real spacious, stay away from everyone. You still have that privacy, and you're not over the primary. So technically right now, we're actually above the primary bathroom. But this one has its own bathroom, the shower tub combo, and you also have your walk-in closet as well. And so I just want to show you guys also one more time now that we're upstairs and you can see out there in the back. So you'll notice that there's about 55 acres back there. So like I said, we don't own it. We're not going to build on it. I'm never going to promise you that nothing's going to happen to it. Okay. You know, everybody's minds change, but all I can say is that we were told no and to stop asking. Phase 2 is all the way back there. So my vision is that if we were to accommodate all of it, purchase all of this land, Terraces would have been a much larger community. We're about 185 homes, 62, 72, 82, and 100. When I'm saying those numbers, those are the lot sizes. I have product line that goes for particular lot sizes. So for example, this is a 4036. The plan number is the square footage, so it's easier to remember. By adding on the media room and the 5th bedroom and bath, it brings it up to about 4,600 square feet. But really is definitely one of my favorite plans. It's becoming a bestseller. And to be honest with you, at first I didn't know what to think about this plan because there was a lot of plans out here that I just didn't know what they were going to look like. So, you know, I'm telling people like, hey, I need you to trust me. But now that I've actually seen it, I can honestly say that this really is one of my favorite plans to price out, give a build estimate on, and also present and showcase for the time being. So they're actually getting ready to close this week. And so I'm really excited for the buyer, but I do want to capture this moment now before we don't have anything to show. So definitely take a look at this, go back and look at it, all the structural upgrades, all of the design features. It really is such a breathtaking plan, and I really hope that you look forward to working with you in the very future. And if this isn't the plan for you, don't worry, I have plenty of more plans that you can take a look at. Always feel free to reach out to me, ask any questions that you have. I'm here to help. And once again, thank you guys. This is James Merritt with Perry Homes. Feel free to contact me. Leave a message in the comments, 318-451-7437. Again, 318-451-7437. And like I always say, don't ever accept failure. I live by it, I stand by it, and I always hope that you can do the same.